This is the Acemagic M1 Mini with Ryzen 7 7735HS. We'll be going over this mini PC, including taking it apart to have a look at the inside. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified once I upload a new video. Inside the box you get a user manual, a charging cable and adapter, an HDMI cable, mounting hardware for VESA mounting, and a mini PC. This M1 Mini comes equipped with a Ryzen 7 7735HS processor, Radeon 680M graphics, 24GB of LPDDR5 RAM, and 512GB PCIe SSD. This supports 4K triple display and has Bluetooth 5.2 and Wi-Fi 6. Taking a look at the front, there's a USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C port, two USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-A ports, a 3.5mm audio jack, and the power button. On either side of the mini PC, there are vents for exhausting heat. Looking at the back, there's an HDMI 2.0 port, a DisplayPort 2.0, 2.5 Gbps LAN port, 4 USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports, and the DC power jack. There is also another vent on the back. Underneath, there's the screw mounts for VESA mounting, as well as the fan air intake. Now let's go ahead and take this apart to look inside. To start, we'll need to flip it over on its back. The four rubber stands, which are held on with adhesive, need to be removed. There are now four Phillips screws which also need to be removed. The bottom assembly can now be lifted over and separated from the top assembly, but be careful since the power jack is still attached with screws. There are two Phillips screws which are holding down the power jack. The motherboard assembly can now be lifted out of the housing, but be careful since the coaxial cables for the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antenna are attached to the housing and need to be disconnected from the Wi-Fi module. The transparent plastic cover needs to be removed, and then the coaxial cables can be popped off. These are the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antenna, and there's a metal plate on top to help transfer heat. So having a look at the main board, we see a thermal pad on top of the M.2 2280 PCIe SSD, and that's used to help transfer heat. There's a single Phillips screw holding on the SSD. There is also a single Phillips screw holding on the Wi-Fi module. Here's a better look at the SSD and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth module. There are two M.2 slots which support PCIe 3.0 and 4.0, and you can use a total of 4 terabytes. This is the BIOS battery and the cables connected over here, and this cable is for the power jack. This is the HDMI 2.0 port, the DisplayPort 2.0, the Ethernet jack, as well as the USB Type-A ports on the back. This is the power button, the 3.5mm audio jack, the USB Type-A ports in the front, and the USB Type-C port. Flipping it over, there are 4 Phillips screws underneath the fan, which are holding down the fan and heatsink assembly. Looking underneath the heatsink block, we see fairly thick thermal pads located here and here, as well as thermal paste in the center for the processor. The processor is located here, and these are the RAM chips. The RAM is soldered to the board, so it's not user replaceable or expandable. When it comes to taking this apart to replace parts like the SSD or the power jack, it's pretty simple to do and requires minimal effort. Not everything is user replaceable, for example the RAM, but there will be people who may want to replace the SSD or upgrade it. Overall, this mini PC is great for work at home, average gaming, and for home theater setups. When it comes to intense or high-end gaming, you will definitely want to look into something more powerful, which would have a dedicated high-end graphics card. I'll place links in the description for anyone who's interested in picking one up, and I'll see you in the next one.